write on the comments section that you are here live and direct, and tell us your name and your location. I want to see our comments. I want to see our chats. Okay? Just tell us your name and your location. I believe people are on those call. Okay. Okay, sure. I can see a comment. Yes, now I can see. Great Grace. Wow. Good to see you. You're welcome, and I can see that you're watching from Imo State. It's good to have you here. Great Grace. All right, who else is in the room? I really want to mention your name. I really want to see you and know that you are here with us. Please write on the comment section. Tell us your name and where you are watching us from. Great Grace, I can see you. Thank you. I believe you had a very good day, right? How was today at your area? Great Grace, how was today? Okay, so who else is here? I want to see you. Just make a comment and let's move on. I believe our people are joining. Okay, our people are joining. Yeah. Okay, today was great. It was about making beautiful outfits. Wow. Good to hear that. Wow. It seems you are in the fashion industry. That's beautiful. Okay, I want to see more people join us, more people comments. Let's move on. Okay, beautiful fashion designer. Okay, very soon, someday, we are going to see your designs and we'll patronize you. Good to see that. Okay. Okay, from what I have, I think people have not started joining as much as we are expecting, but nevertheless, we'll keep on going on. All right, Great Grace, good to have a chat with you. Thank you for responding. Thank you so much. Okay, so who else is in the room? Drop a comment, tell us your name and where you're watching us from. Your name and where you're watching us from. We'll just give a few time so that others can join. Yeah.
Good evening. How are we today? And hope we've had an enjoyable time.
Good evening, sir. Today was very great. You're welcome.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you. How have we been?
We've been awesome. Thank God it was an
Okay.
awesome day. Yeah. Though it rained heavily this side, but it was a very beautiful day.
Yeah. The gift of rain is the gift of abundance. When you
Yes, sir.
sow, so if you're a farmer and when the rain pours, you will be glad because you know that the rains will give life to your seed. So anytime it
Exactly.
rains, I think one of the things it reminds us is that it reminds me personally is that I should know I should be sowing seeds because my job is to sow the seed, and it's God's job to give the rain so that
Exactly,
it
sir.
can flourish. So it's beautiful. And the downpour helps us understand that. So we can adopt what I think is the gift of rain, is the gift of your ability to sow in record time. So when the rain comes, you have done your part and
Exactly.
enjoy the rest.
Thank you,
Um,
sir.
are there people on
It's
this
good to
call?
have
Are
you
you,
here,
are
sir.
there? Thank you so much. You're doing a fantastic job. We
Thank you, sir.
having are we having challenges with? Are you sure that they're not having challenges with the network or something like that? The technical team, can you check for me? Mike, kindly look at it and let's see. Let's know what's happening. Let's be sure that there are people on the call so that because when a food is cooked, it's meant to be eaten, right? So, good evening, everyone. Um, I would really want everybody that is on the call and you're here is an evidence that growth is daily, right? Growth is daily. So if you're currently on the call, I would like you to write your name and where you're watching from, okay? So that it gives me, I know that there are people back there that I'm talking with, okay? Right? I was here when Grace was here, okay? And Integrity Landlady, I see you. I see Great Grace, and it's beautiful. Yeah, it's beautiful. So let's remember to comment so that because I feed off the energy of the people, right? That's why when you're not talking to people physically and you're just like speaking to a phone, you have to be sure that there are people at the other end that are hearing what you're saying. So you don't just feel like the camera is on and you're speaking. Okay. So if you're here, just tell us where you're chatting from. And maybe you can also say one of two things you learned from our last Tuesday class or what you learned from our Saturday training, because we're going to be picking up from where we stopped last Saturday. So it's more like every time we show up here, even when we have external guests, they will stop from where we dealt with on Saturday. And Catherine will make watching from Asaba. It's beautiful, integrity landlady. So now today we're going to look at something that is quite beautiful and quite understandable, and it's something that in our industry we must be keen on learning. You know, we're in a knowledge-based industry. Yes, we're in a knowledge-based industry. There is nothing. Why do bankers do a lot of in-house training for their marketers? Because sales is knowledge based. Sales is someone doesn't you're serving people. You're helping people show them how what you have can meet their need, how what you have can satisfy their want, how what you have can be the bridge between the life they currently have and the life they seek. So sales is about someone doesn't want to pick a product, but you are showing him how this product can help him. And suddenly someone that says, I will never buy land or I would not invest in Asaba suddenly wants to have 1,000 plots in the city of Asaba. Suddenly his mind has grown and he wants to even own an estate of his own. Right? So how do we go from there? But for us, as people that take it as a business, that are playing calling in this sector, what is, how do we go about it? Because 90% of humans don't want to be sold to, but we all love to buy. How do you know that you love to buy? The week is over, you pick what we've said on Saturday, pick what you were saying today, and you use it for the next 30 days, and you run into hundreds of millions or make a 500 million naira sales, and you have 50 million. So 50 million is in your account by month end. You know what? You're already thinking now. Just think about that. That 50 million is in your account by month end, by 30th of this month. You're going to buy a lot of things. You're going to buy a car, you're going to buy a house, or you're going to buy a land. You're going to buy something. You can even buy a vacation, right? You're going to buy a plane ticket, but you're going to buy something. So humans love to buy. And you are not really different from the person that you're talking to. So everybody wants to buy. Everybody. Everybody wants to buy. But very few want to be sold. But nobody loves to be sold though. So now, how do you present what you have so that you sell without selling? You sell with superior knowledge. People want to be served. They want to be helped to get from here to there. So how do you really become a helper? So today we'll pick up from where we stopped on Saturday in our training on Saturday, and today we'll be diving deeper how to build a predictable income engine as an ally. Right? How to build a predictable income engine as an ally. Um, so, looking at the beauty of our industry, so I'll tell you that income is by luck, right? Our income is proceeds of sale. Remember, commission, right, is income. But now remember also, every life is all about commission. I want you to get that, right? The person that works in the oil company and he's paid allowances, he's paid salary. That is the commission from the work. It's just that it's termed salary, right? But it's a byproduct of this is what you have given, so you are taking this. Hope we get it. So life is everything is all about commission. Everything is all about input, output, input, output. That's why I would always say that if you give first, you have the right to take. But if you go and want to take without giving, you'll be called a thief. Right? We get the gist, right? So invariably, so that your income, how can it be predictable? That commission, how can it be predictable? Most people will tell you, or no, it's by luck. One day the market will be open. During rainy season, people will buy. During dry season, they will not buy. During December, they will buy. During January, they can use all sort of reason to let you know that to let you know that it can't be predictable, right? They can use all sort of reasons to tell you it can't be predictable. But the truth is, systemization makes predictability possible. I want to repeat that. Systemization, it makes predictability possible. When you systemize the process that led to a result, it makes the result predictable. As simple as that sounds, I said this class is a continuation of the class we had on Saturday. We talked about compounding, right? And today we are saying that systemization makes result predictable. If we systemize a particular process, if we systemize, and that is all every institution has been able to do. You see an institution that has lived for 50 years, 100 years, 200 years, they have systemized some processes. And that is how it has become possible. So every working company, even as little as 10 years, have been able to systemize some things. But somehow you believe that your own income, or someone has made you to believe that your own income because of you are in sales is not predictable. It's not true. Because every business is really in sales. Think about it now. You're using data. So people have used system to predict how much data they can be able to sell within a year, or within a month, or within a week, through putting up some systems, right? So That is the goal. So, how do we make ourselves predictable? That's what we are coming to learn. If there were no predictability, systems and companies will not run for long. Check it. They have some certain level of belief that we can employ X, Y, and Z and pay them X, Y, and Z. And they have operational costs, statutory, they have rent. They are not running on inshallah. God will do it. Yes, we know God will do it, but you gotta do the work. You have to. So there should be some level of predictability in that which you're doing. So yes, systemization makes result predictable. So our job is to predict it, is to systemize what we do. You will hear things like, I'm sure it's not the first time we're hearing things like routines lead to success, right? Just like now, you go to a farm, everything that grows on the process of systemization. When I mean, growth, incremental growth. Now you go to a farm and you're planting corn. You plant corn this season. In 90 days, you will get what? You will get corn, right? And then it's dry season, you go and plant corn. You don't have a system to water them in dry season. You will not get corn. But for instance, you have a system to water them. You will get corn in 90 days. You have irrigation, right? So that is it. So predictable income formula. So I want us to know that there's a way we can harmonize our process, the process that leads us to get the lead. Remember, your job is to get the lead, to feed it into your funnel, right? So it's just like a factory. Remember, what is a factory? The factory that produces, what do I use? That produces, okay, let me use pepper. That produces pepper, right? The factory that produces pepper. They get the raw materials, the woods, and then they do what? They feed it. They feed it into they feed it into the machine, and then it passes through. So, and then what is your raw material? Your raw material is your lead. So I don't want it to sound, what is lead? The lead is the prospective client. Lead is the avatar. Lead is the buyer persona, right? The buyer persona is the lead. What is buyer persona? Buyer persona is the person that is suited to buy, a description of a person that is suited to buy the product. So, example, mm, I, I learned that pepper is made of wood. Pepper is made of wood. So now, so what is the quality of wood that makes a pepper? That is the question. You get that quality of wood, you take it into the factory and you feed it into it. So now, first, you now ask, what is the quality of the person that suits this product? You're selling land banking opportunities, right? 5 million, 10 million product. It's more likely that a 60-old multi-millionaire may not be interested in such product. He's a multi-millionaire. He's interested in quick cash flow, except he's buying for his grandchildren. But the guy that is building wealth is interested in it. 5 million, 3 million. He's interested in it, right? And then you will spread his payment. Now, if we have payment options that spill into 24 months, the civil servant is interested. He now suits that buyer's persona. He suits that type of wood. The same thing that a small tree, you don't cut the small tree. This tree, assuming that the tree has to be should have grown to like 3 years to be strong. You don't go and carry the baby and go and put there. Meaning you don't go and collect the contact of a child that is in university and is still looking for his uncle to give him money for food. But you still carry the same child can still be in university, but he's into tech and he has made credible money. Now he's a bias persona. He fits the description of the product. He fits the description of the bias persona, right? So that is your lead. Remember, I used the book manufacturing story, right? And you remember, it's not every tree that you feed there. There are some raw material. So if you feed, for instance, you feed a truckload of wood, you may not get a truckload of pepper. You, there are some that will go off in terms of waste. That is what I'm trying to say. There are some that will run off in terms of waste. There are some that you are supposed to remove and that. So that is how, so you start from getting the bias persona. So you must know the bias persona. Everybody is not suited for a particular product. Does this make sense? I said everybody is not suited for a particular product. Everybody is not suited for a particular product. So now, so the first principle, we're going to look at 5 of them. So I believe we've been able to get the foundation stone of this. Well, I believe we've been able to get the foundation stone. Now, invariably, we have predictable. So we'll start with the predictable income formula. And what is it? What I wrote here is consistency plus pipeline plus follow-up. I want to repeat it. Consistency plus pipeline plus follow-up. Remember, we talked about a bias persona, someone that is suited for an estate like Obiajulu, normal Obiajulu, not the luxury villas, right? Obiajulu. The person could be a young adult. He could be a civil servant. He's not the same person that is suited for Obiajulu luxury villas. Obiajulu luxury villas are estates that it comes with sea of O's, is fenced, is in a buildable area, right? So the prices is far higher. This person wants cash flow immediately. I buy it, I build houses, or the houses you guys have built here, I collect it. Their brackets, their income is different. Remember? So now, consistency. Consistency is that you're always going out to look for the leads. In our manufacturing story, we call it the raw materials, right? Here, you're going out to look for the leads, the people that fit into the buyer's persona, thanks to internet, right? Consistency. So what type of message are you getting out to draw in those kind that will fit in to the avatar that you have created, the buyer's persona that you have created? You cannot be selling Pampers and you're marketing to men. You cannot, because they don't fit into the buyer's persona. The user persona is normally is a baby. You will not market to the baby, right? You will market to the mother. We know there are cases where men do the Pampers thing and buy it for the kids. But you get, so consistency in your message. So your message must be targeting those persons. So anytime you're talking about land banking, you're trying to cast a vision in the head and in the mind of that will attract the buyer's persona that you're expecting. And before you know it, you get a chart, you go out, you're talking, you see, oh, this is a bank manager, or this is a young lecturer, he earns 500K, he can be contributing to 200K per month and do a 500, and do a 2 months, 24-month scheme. He's a trader. Oh, okay, he's a trader. Okay, I can see this guy is a trader. He trades, and based on his level of business, this guy can cough out 500K per month. He fits into your buyer's persona for the product. Now he can still be a trader and he can cough out 50 million per month. That's a different buyer's persona. He's an importer, right? He imports containers. the kind of product he's looking for may be far different from the product that the young trader is looking for. The trader, not that the beginner trader is looking for. Because the truth is that the young have more money than the old as at current economy. So consistency plus pipeline plus follow up. Now, why I said follow up is as you're selling a long term, some persons plan for 2 years to buy up what you're selling. Some people save for 5 years to buy up their first land. So if at one point you are not following up, what do you think will happen? You will lose out on that lead that you have gotten. So there must be consistency. Your message must be consistent and it must go for a long while. Funny is, that is why most times when you make your first sale, watch most successful persons in real estate that have had a successful run for the past 3 years. Ask yourself, if you have had, some of us on this call have had successful run. Now, but you know what? You've been looking for leads 3 months, and then suddenly the first person buys. You have more confidence. You go and keep. Most of those leads that you harvested 6 months ago is paying off. And at some point, when some people feel, oh, we're not making it, and they cut off, there is no consistency, there is no follow-up, they might have cleaned up a lead, just like you have washed up a natural resource, just like the pepper. You have prepared the wood to a particular level that you should now move it in to the final production. It falls off because there is no follow-up. So another factory, just assume that another factory carries it. Does somebody get what I'm trying to say? So that is it. So now you must know your closing ratio. Know your closing ratio. We talked about closing ratio. This week, go out to find your closing ratio. How many clients do you talk to buy? Because if you're looking for predictable income, the factory that is producing wood, that is producing this pepper, right? That is producing pepper, knows the number of, if you tell them, produce 1 million kg of pepper, or they want to produce 1 million units of this document of this pepper, right? They know the size of tons of wood they need to feed the factory. So they know the ratio. Now, it's just like whether it's in animal science and there is what we call feed meat conversion ratio. Feed meat conversion ratio. What that means is if you feed 10 kg of food to a pig, it should be able to convert, all things being equal, and that is the right nutrients, the pig is not sick, right? And you feed it this XYZ of feed, that it will it will convert it to this amount of meat. Do you not get it? Meaning that if you have budgeted to feed this feed, then so you can know that, oh, if this feed is weighing 52.8 grams, if I feed it so kg in the evening, or by 2 days time, it will weigh so and so. Does this make sense? Now, so there is a feed conversion ratio. There is raw material conversion to product ratio. So also there is lead to client conversion ratio. Yours is different because it's scale. Just like that machinery, you will remember bond rate ratio of when Dangote, which was just in the news, was it 3 or 4 months ago, that they were saying that Dangote fuel does not burn faster. Now, that is usability, whatever the ratio, but you get what I'm trying to say. So, and why his machines are new compared to where they go abroad, those refineries are 10, 20 years. So if you refine your skill, your conversion ratio will go up. Your conversion ratio is not static. So meaning that you now talk to 10 persons, maybe one buys. 10 qualified persons, one buys, right? Then, because there's no time 10 will buy. They all have the money, but you are competing with them on other needs, other luxuries, other things that is in their head. right? And then you go back, work on your conversion ratio, that is closing ratio, your ability to collect the money, your ability to close a deal. And you keep working on it. And then suddenly you move from that, you talk to 10, 1 buys, right? You now talk to 10, 3 buys. You see it, you are growing up. You talk to 5, you talk to 10, 5 buys. The best in the world is around 60, 66.5, depending on the industry, right? And you now know, if I go out there and get 10 leads, I'm doing 5, I'm doing 4, I'm doing 3. You just know that. That's your conversion ratio. Now you must set a monthly income goal. Remember we are talking about the predictable income formula. You must set a monthly income goals, because there is no time you will hit what you are not looking for. You will not hit what you are not looking for. You will not hit it. Yeah, Loretta says, yes, the young has more money than the old now. So there is no time you will not hit what you are not looking for. You will not hit what you are not looking for. Most of us are in this business and not knowing that we're in a target business. We're in a target business. You cannot eat what you are not looking for. So you cannot run in this industry and run by inshallah. Oh, there is no target of number of persons you are talking to. No, invariably, there's no target of tons of wood you want to purchase from the factory. You want to purchase for the pepper production, like our sample using the pepper, right? Remember, I just used the pepper because I had the pepper close to me. If everywhere around you, that's how it's produced. Now, we don't have a target of, oh, I want at the end of this year, I want to be able to do 1 billion in revenue. And if I do 1 billion in revenue, I'll be able to earn, 100 million commission, or you say your own revenue, which is your actual revenue might be 100 million if you do 1 billion in sales. I'm just giving us, and it may not be, because you may not, but you just have an idea of, this is the target of what you want to do. You know the target. You want to do 12 billion, you want to do 10 billion. You know it. You must know it, because you will only get what you are looking for. Because when you look for something long enough, it starts looking for you. I want to say that again. When you look for something long enough, what you're looking for will start looking for you. What I mean is that you tend to see it everywhere. If you like a particular car, just notice it. It's as if you start seeing the car everywhere. Somebody came, one of our board of directors came, and he was telling me about somebody that runs a real estate company. I said, I've never heard of the real estate company, but it's okay, I will check out for it. The next day I was on the road and I saw their estate, but I've been passing there, but I didn't see it. So when you look at something, when you look for something, what you're looking for will look for you. So you need to have targets, because targets are good for your soul. It makes your adrenaline pump. It makes focus. All laws support it, because what you focus on expands. So you must track your number of calls, lead, and meetings needed weekly. So if I have 5 meetings, I will close 4. Meetings must not be physical. Remember, the young have more money than the old. So meetings have proceeded from physical to the other side. We're currently having a meeting, right? And some of you, you're here for the first time, you're seeing my face for the first time, but we're in a meeting. So how many meetings will lead to that conversion? So if you've not had any meetings, you've not had any you've not had any calls, and you've not made any lead, and somehow you've not fed raw materials to your production system, I don't know how the product will come. I don't know how the byproduct will come. I don't know. So you can think about it. Yes, when you look for something long enough, what you are looking for will start looking for you. What you seek is seeking you. It's an ancient law. What you seek is seeking you. So you must have a target. Remember, we said consistency plus pipeline plus follow up is equals to predictable income. So I will have to rush up. Okay. So we're just at number one. So number two is power of sales routine. Routines are ways to routine our life around. With routines, you can reroute your life. With routines, you must reroute your life. With routines, there's no two ways about it. With routines, you must reroute your life. I want you to write that. With routines, you can reroute your life. Let's write it in the comment section. I want to be so even if you're not with your pen and paper, you have written it down and you will see it. With routines, you will reroute your life. Example, somebody is always eating at night and you will eat by 8 and eat all sorts of food, and in the morning, so let's say the eating late makes him have bloated tummy, right? Just as the medical persons will say it. What will happen if he stops and decides that night food now is by 4 and he sets it as a routine? It's a good pain, right? Because routines are meant to be good pain. Routines are meant to breed consistency. Remember that our formula. That's what routines are meant to do. So another one, routines that every day you show up where you show up at your exercise spot, wherever it is, whether you're at the gym or you are taking a run or you're at home taking your exercise, right? It's routine. What will happen in 6 months? There will be changes, right? So the power of sales routine. So you must also have sales routine. So now what are the golden hours of prospecting? And we know them. The golden hours of prospecting. Maybe based on our industry, you can start by 8, 9. Sometimes you can even start by 9 so that you can allow them to settle. Because early in the mornings, people are thinking of progress. Remember, when you wake up, you're thinking of progress. So when you're calling people by 12 and someone else is always calling his lead by 9 to 11, who will get more result? We know the person that is calling at the golden hours, 9 to 11. The earlier the 9, before 11, better. Because by 12, he can be in the market. He could have gotten a query in the office. His mood could have been altered. So how many calls are you making at that time? How many follow-ups? How many site inspections are you booking? So I want to ask us, if you know, let it be open for us so we can do our research, because there's plenty of information. Or which CRM tools can you use for tracking? Oh, I got this lead on Facebook. I did this ad. I generated this lead. I went to marketing on this in this market. These are the numbers I picked. How do you track them? Or you just save them on your WhatsApp? Yes, yeah. That's how they do it. That's how you get predictable income. You will save them on your WhatsApp, we know, but you should have a sheet for them. So which CRM tools can we use? If you know, type on the Google so that others will know about that. Or simple Google sheet for pipeline tracking. It's important. So you know, have this person gone for inspection? Has this person bought? You must have these things. Okay, Great Grace says the car matter. That's so true. I'm so in love with Highlander, and I get to see Highlander cars every day. With routine, you will reroute your life. Yes, that's important. With routine, we will reroute our life. Yes, very important. With routine, we will reroute our life. Right? So which CRM tools can we suggest for ourselves? I want us to type it in the comment section, right? Now, I want you build an offer that compounds. Remember now, you are the man that is selling prosperity. You know that time you used to hear that some people will say that even if some people are selling prosperity, they will not buy. Huh? Don't be the one saying that, right? Because you should believe that people will buy what you sell. Because people buy from who they know, like, and trust. Like, now, what the plots you are selling, the lateral plots you are selling, eh? Are you positioning them as this is plot of land, come and buy so I will eat? The person that is buying is not buying for you, he's buying for his own reasons, not for your reasons. Remember, for whatever you buy for your reasons. You're on this call for your own personal reasons. So you bought into the call because of your reasons. So why would the person buying a high ticket product as land buy for your own reason and not for his own reason? So invariably, within the context of your presentation is his reason, because you must have listened enough to be able to know what matters to him. I don't know if you're getting what I'm trying to say. Because if your product is not solving the challenge of the lead, the lead will never become a client. The lead will fall off away. But if you listen enough, you can abstract what it is that he needs and feed it into the solution you are presenting to him. He can just be buying because he wants to send when the child are ready to go to the university and they want to go abroad, he wants to afford to sell those properties and send them to abroad. It could just be that he wants to use the rent from those properties to fund a good life. It could just be that he's someone that has the inclination that I don't want to be paying for house usables, for providing money for food. He doesn't want to do that. He wants rental income to take care of that. He also can be the person that wants to say, when I'm 50, I want to start taking vacations every year with my wife and kids. And he wants to be able to have a lot of properties that he can release and fund that life. Those are the things you will use to feed the lead. Don't do for your reasons. Okay? So you're selling opportunity that compounds. You are selling dreams that turn to reality. Opportunity that compounds and dreams that turn to reality. So you must sell it as generational wealth, land banking for passive income, asset-based security. You must be able to show client testimonials. There's no law that states that the client testimonial must be your client. Just like there's no law that states that the capital used to start a business must be the owner, must be the one owned of the chief promoter. There's no law. That is why Zenith Bank's money is not Jimovia's money. It's your money and my money. There's no law. So what of success stories? What of Ale Nonyema's success story? What of Pastor Paul Adefarasi's father's success story? What of the numerous success stories that you have? What of even your father's success story? I've met a man in my place that told me that this land I bought it for 500,000. This land, somebody has offered me 50 million. I chased him away. And those are the stories that we see everywhere and every day. Right? So, and now the young guy, and how are you doing your vision casting? The young man that is working is a civil servant, is a young doctor, is a young lecturer, and if he's buying one plot a year or two plot a year, as his allowance can carry, doing instrumental payment with his allowance, and someone else is buying cars, can't you cast the vision of a better life to him? Because if he's doing 50K per month, 100K per month. He's putting it in the land. Somebody else cannot account for his own because the earth cannot abhor a vacuum. Right? The earth abhors vacuum. The other one is using his own. Once in a while, he goes to a club, he eats at a fancy restaurant. Good, it's beautiful. Those are the greeneries of life, right? But you don't you don't dance in the morning of life. You take life serious in the morning, right? And this guy is making investments in land banking, right? You know what happens? Tomorrow he owns 10, 20 years time, he owns the city center because where he has bought have shifted to become the city center. Because in every growing city, the center is moving. And then he can resign comfortably and live a better life. While the other one can continue in the job whether he likes it or not, because he has to survive. And if they tell him to go home, hey, he will see Beatty. So can't you cast that vision? Hmm? Fourthly, so can you send in the worksheet on the chat, the worksheet that we can use to track all our leads? Send it on the chat. Let everybody on this call be able to download it. There's a worksheet, a lateral lead worksheet. So when you get a lead, you put the name there. How have you followed up on the lead? You put when the lead comes for inspection, you put when he makes payment, when he refers a client, because the transaction does not stop when the client buys. Truly, that is when the transaction that's when the relationship has begun. If you want a transformative relationship, nurture. So relationship capital and referrals. We have very few minutes, and I like keeping to time. So nurture. Just think. We're talking number 4. We're talking about relationship capital and referrals. Nurture just 10 clients, and you must. If you nurture 50 clients, you must land 10 in a year. Yeah, okay, good. This is it, right? Okay. Why is it showing you like this? Okay, I was trying to see, but send it to the group, right? If it cannot be sent on the comment section, um, send it to the group. But if it can, send it on the comment section so that everybody that joined the call could be able to download it, please. Okay, that being said, okay, the 4th one is relationship capital and referrals. If you nurture just 10 clients, you must land 10 extra in a year. Why is we love to be the basis of man is to be good, right? We did Father's Day, and everybody's father is a good man, right? I have the best daddy in the world. I have the best brother in the world. I have the best uncle in the world. So whose brother is the kidnapper? Whose brother is rigging election? Whose brother is the senator that collects constituency allowance and chops it? Whose father is the wicked lecturer that doesn't pass students? Whose father is the tout on the road that beats up people and and that does double taxation? Whose father is that? Right? So invariably, humans basically want to be termed as good. Not just that humans want to be good. They want to be good. That is it. So now, if you nurture 10 clients, you're good to them, right? What happened? You're nurturing the relationship. You remember his Father's Day. His Father's Day. Some of us did not remember that all your clients, you should wish them Father's Day. Even if you send 5,000 naira a time, 100, whatever you could send, that could make a long, even if it's just a bottle of, you send in and 2 packs of water. Just that could make a lot of difference. That's nurturing. Nurturing is giving. Remember, when you're nurturing a child, you're giving care to the child, you're giving attention to the child. That is it. That doesn't mean that you don't also have conflict with the child, because everybody here, I believe, once in a while your parents will spank you while they were nurturing you. So there were conflicts, but there was nurture. So you get it. So so there should be birthday calls, there should be checking messages, and Father Sunday have just come and gone. There's new moons, and once in a while, this is Africa. Oh, sir, how are you doing? This week, God will bless you in your business. You will have multiple sales. Victory will be close to you. It's a month of double victory. You extend the month of double victory to him, and he even knows that is a month of double victory. That's prayer. You will say, "Ma'am, you have just said a good prayer for you." You will be happy. So it's not always. So if it's your client, it's your job to nurture. What have you done for your best clients? There are 2 types of best clients. What have you done to nurture them, to land additional more? Have you been able, your highest purchasers per unit? This guy has done 300 million with me. This guy have done 1 billion with me. This other guy has referred me to 10 persons. Those are 2 type of clients, right? What have you done? Number 5, let me get. We have. I want us to have something we call a 7 days challenge, right? 7 days challenge, because the beauty of knowledge is that you can use it to produce a good life. Yeah, that's the beauty of knowledge. You can use it to produce a good life. You can use it to produce a good life, because the proof of knowledge is an improved outcome. So reach out to 50 new persons, fix 10 meetings, whether virtual or physical calls. Let us see. Oh, there's no money, the person is earning allowance. Let us see. You know this person is earning salary. Because the truth is that there is no time that is good to make an investment. Did you hear what I just said? And what I mean by there's no time that is good is that there's no time it is comfortable for you to make an investment. There is no time. It is done out of sheer will. It's done out of sheer target. It's done out of, just check it. Is there any time that is really good for you to invest in yourself and read? Is there any time that is good for you to, some of you on this call, there are 5,001 things you could be doing, right? I just came in from class and I'm here. I could be doing a lot of other things. So you schedule a meeting with the person and you show the person that today is the good time to sow the seed for tomorrow. So your goal is to close 1 deal at the end of the week. If you can reach out to 50 new persons, because contact well serviced will lead to contract. The bigness of a man is dependent on the people that when he calls, they answer. That is it. The bigness of a man is dependent on when he calls, who answers him. If you know that somebody can call Tinubu and he will answer, will you look for his trouble? You know the story now. So, my people, today is a good day, and I want to know, what have we learned from this section? If you have learned something, I want you to write it down on the chat box. Okay, we have the link of the spreadsheet, and I ask for people that have any other CRM tool. This is not a CRM tool, this is just a sheet, but if you can start from there, right? So I want to know, what have you learned from this section? And do you have questions? If you have questions, I want you to drop it on the comment section. And if you have what you have learned, I would also want to know, have this been useful? Is there a way you can apply it? Or is this just knowledge that cannot lead to predictable income in our space? Or do you think that if you go ahead and apply this, that you'll be able to create a fortune out of it. So I want to hear our discussion, because when you contribute, you tend to remember more. The lowest form of retention in the cone of learning is listening. Yeah. But discussion increases it. That's why you remember the practicals you did in secondary school. So I'm waiting for us. I'm waiting for us. I want to know, what did we learn from the section? What did we learn? What did we learn? Yeah. What did we learn? Okay, Joe said the beauty of knowledge is that you can use it to produce a good life. Yes, you can use it to produce a good life. You can use knowledge to produce a good life. Yeah. So what else? And I learned that routine brings consistency. Yes, routine brings consistency. And with routine, we can rewrite our life. We can rewrite our life. We can rewrite our life. Just like a boy that okay, I think even Schwarzenegger, we know Aaron Schwarzenegger. I think he was the one. He used to be just a normal guy, and then he went into building muscles. You know what it means now? Every time he's doing push up and the rest of them, and he's building muscle. That routine led to a lot of muscle. From a lot of muscle, where did he land at? When he landed in doing a lot of commandos in the movies, and from there, when he quit, he went to start acting, right? Is it no? When he quit in the movies, I think he went to politics, right? Okay, no, he started from muscle building. From muscle building, he went to movies and stopped doing muscle building and went to movies and was doing commando. From there, you can't tell me it's the type of life he was living when he was doing muscle building that he's doing when he was governor. It's not possible. Those are different routines that landed him in different roles. So let's remember that, okay? Okay, Lord, okay, okay. Life is all about income. Okay. Okay, Loretta says for the teaching, please, is this sheet downloadable? Yes, the sheet is downloadable. The sheet is downloadable. You can send it to the group. The you can the sheet is downloadable. I don't know the link he used, but you can try the link. If the link is not downloading, then you send it to the group too. Okay, I've learned a whole lot, and my pen has has done so much job tonight. Thanks so much, sir, for this mindset shift. Thank you so much, Great Grace. I like your name. Today it's a beautiful day, and our job today is to make it a great day. Today is already a beautiful day, but our job is to make it a great day. So it's a good day. We make it a great day. So, what else did we pick from this section? What else did we pick? What are we? Remember our assignment. Let's reach out to 50 new person. Fix 10 meetings and virtual. And then some person will say, no, it will take me 10 years to meet 50 persons, right? It can also take me 1 hour to prepare for this section. It can also take me 10 minutes to prepare for this section. I'm serious. And it can also take me 10 days to prepare for this section. You know, remember the times you were playing video games at home? And for those of us that played video games, right? And you were playing PS2, Sega, and you hear your father's horn outside, or you perceive that is 4, school have closed, your mother will soon come back. You will find your way to wash the plate and do everything in 5 minutes. Because according to Elon Musk, he said when you say a tax will take 10 years, it will take 10 years. But when you say the tax will take 1 year, it will take 1 year. So invariably, if you think that you can do it in 5 years, you will do it in 5 years. If you think you can do it in 1 year, you will do it in 1 year. Those that rule today and tomorrow will always be those that have sense of ownership and sense of urgency. So with that, have a sense of urgency to reach out to 50 new people. Fix 10 meetings or virtual calls or virtual meetings in these 7 days, and you'll be able to land. No matter how bad your closing is, you will land a deal. So till we meet again next Tuesday, and have an enjoyable evening. And the usefulness of knowing is in doing. So we have learned, let's do. Okay, we have learned, let's do. We have learned, let's do. When you look for something long enough, it will start looking for you. Yes, it will start looking for you. You need to focus, because what you focus on expands. Yes, if you focus on growth, growth expands. You focus on profit, it expands. Systemization makes result predictable. Onyebuchi, excellent. If you refine your scale, your conversion ratio will go up. Yes, your conversion ratio will go up. So everybody is after 9, and I've had an enjoyable time with everyone on this call. And I want to call it a day. And Charity, you've done a beautiful job. So I want to hand it over to you and call it a day. Thank you, everyone, and have a
Wow.
lovely, lovely evening.
Thank you so much, sir. Each time we have a section with you, in fact, it's always very refreshing because we must have new knowledge to add to what we know. Thank you so much, sir, for all you are doing, pouring out your heart to us, teaching us to become better version of ourselves. We want to appreciate you so much, sir.
You're welcome. You're welcome. Life is good.
All right. I learned a whole lot. Everyone on this call, I want to thank you also for joining us on this call. And we are looking forward for next Tuesday. And I believe that everyone had the assignments written down. Please, let's be sure that we're going to do it. It is said that the beauty of learning is an improved outcome. So if you are learning, you must show forth your learning. All right. So I learned how your income can be predictable. It is not by luck, but by systemization. You can be able to predict a possible outcome. All right. Let's take few announcements before we leave. If you're joining us for the first time, this is Latera. Our office is opposite Government House, Anwine Road, Asaba. And if you're in the city of Asaba and you're not joining our physical training that happens every Friday by 11 a.m., please, you have to make out time to be part of what we're doing in the city of Asaba. Latera, go for it. All right. So, and our training days are Fridays and on Tuesday, just like this. Next week, Tuesday, please make sure you kindly join our training. And while coming, please invite others. The link is free. Just join and be part of what we're doing. All right. And the link that was posted, please, if you're not able to download it, we're going to put another link, Google Doc link, to make sure that everybody have it. Or if you're in the group, you will get it in soon. All right, please let's like and share this video so that every other person can be part of what we are doing. Let's give the video a thumbs up. Let's increase the likes. Please, let's do that before we call it a day. If you've not liked this video, please like it right now. I want to be watching it and see the way you are topping up. Click on the like button. We have 8 now. Please, let's do that, everyone. Okay, beautiful. Please keep on doing it. I can see that. Just go ahead. Let's increase the likes. Let me tell you why it is very important for us to increase the likes. One thing is that when you increase the like, YouTube can be able to show the video to more people because people who attended clicked on the like button. Please do that again if you've not done it. Just go ahead, and if you've not subscribed to our YouTube channel, please kindly subscribe to our YouTube channel. Thank you. I can see that you guys are doing amazingly well. Thank you so much. All right. With that being said, I want to call it a night. Let us, all of us, go rest and do have a beautiful night rest. See you next Tuesday in our training, Mindshift section. Do have a good night rest. Bye.